people going to think of our new buttermilk crispy chicken? Let's find out.
It's probably the best sandwich I've ever had.
It's super crispy, but it's also really juicy.
So would you guys come back? Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, here's our card. The location is on the back. It's McDonald's? What? What?
Oh, get out
No way.
Wait, seriously?
Try some buttermilk crispy chicken. It's right around the corner at McDonald's. Buttermilk.
Hello and welcome to Ask the Coach. On this Saturday morning, Joe Myers joined by Glasgow head football coach Jeff Garman to get things started off on today's show. And the Scotties went over to Scottsville last night. It was homecoming for Allen County Scottsville, and the Patriots came away with a homecoming victory over the Scotties. Allen County Scottsville winning it 26-20. ACS now 1-3 on the year. Scotties suffering their second loss to go to 2-2 on the season. Jeff, it was just a tough night for your ball club. Had some good things happen, but struggled in some areas as well.
No, we got off to a bad start, and you throw the first 7 minutes out of the game. I thought defensively, it wasn't perfect, but we kind of held our own after that first 7 minutes. We had obviously we wasn't ready to play when we got there, based on our performance, and I'll take responsibility for that. It's my job to get our guys ready to play, and obviously we wasn't tonight. So I've got some things I need to work on myself.
Did Allen do anything, Jeff, that you guys had not seen on film in that game last night?
Not a whole lot. They ran a few plays that they hadn't ran this year, and after we kind of got accustomed to it a little bit, I thought we settled down defensively and played pretty sound. We made some big plays on offense to get some scores, and we had the ball down there. I thought was crucial there right before half, because I knew we were going to get the ball to start the second half, and we had the ball down inside the 10 there, and couldn't convert, and that would have tied the game up right there. We had the ball starting in the second half, and would have had a little bit of momentum right there, but we didn't, and we hung around there, and got a nice interception by Jasper Mundy, and they're in the third quarter, I think, and got the ball down, I think, around the 15-yard line, and our offense was able to convert and got the game back to 20-20. So we were in pretty good shape going into the fourth quarter there, and they kind of took over in that fourth quarter and kind of, and got a good sustained drive there and was able to work their way down there and score, which turned out to be the difference.
ACS winds up with 352 total yards on the night. As you mentioned, the first 7 minutes, about a third of that came in the first 7 minutes of the ball game. But we did have trouble, for the most part, most of the night, stopping their running attack. Jeff, why do you think that was trouble for us? You just got to give ACS credit, or did we not play as well defensively as what you would have liked?
Well, it's kind of been a theme so far. I mean, people running the football on us, and a lot of it's just the physicality and the size that we have on our defensive line. When you look over there at Allen County, they've got a huge offensive line, and it gives us problems. But the kids battle and battle and give us a chance in the end there to make a play to win the ball game. I thought it was huge that our kids had the perseverance to understand at 26-20 we needed to block that extra point, and we did it, and we gave ourselves a chance, got the ball, and had the ball on about the 35-yard line there or so, and just couldn't get nothing going offensively.
When you are a young, kind of undersized defense like you guys are right now, Jeff, I mean, what kind of things can you do to kind of overcome that as a defense and do things a little bit better?
There's not a whole lot you can do. I mean, you just got to get in there, and you've got to be a little more try to be as physical as you possibly can. We try to move our guys around a little bit, try to get some movement where we can use our speed and our athleticism, but when they're pounding it right down your throat and getting 5 yards a pop, I mean, it's just tough.
Offensively, we wound up with 246 yards on the night, but really struggled in the second half offensively. According to our numbers, we had just about 55 total yards in that second half on offense. And what do you think? Did something change there at halftime? Because we did okay offensively in the first half, but really struggled more in the second half, I thought.
Well, you know, I truly felt that first series of the second half, Allen just came out and showed us that, you know, I think they wanted to win this ball game maybe just a little bit more than what we wanted, and they took it to us and got after us, and we didn't get much done and had to punt, and it was kind of just downhill from there the whole way out. We just never could get a rhythm and get anything going. You know, the way they defended us, we've got to be able to throw the ball and take a little bit in chunks at a time, and you know, obviously we're not good enough yet to be able to do that, and it's something that, you know, we got to continue to work on.
Desi was not quite as accurate last night as what he was against Berrien County, and in the last 2 quarters of the Holy Cross game, 12 of 30, 143 yards, 1 touchdown. Still took care of the football. Desi still has not thrown an interception so far this year, but his accuracy struggled a little bit last night, it seemed like.
Yeah, he threw a few errant balls, but I think there was also some balls that could have been caught that were dropped, and we just got to do a better job offensively, you know, and it seems like how it's played out, you know, if we don't get off to a fast start, I mean, we kind of struggle just a little bit, and a lot of it's got to do with the defense that they were playing and the style of defense that they played. They were able to rush 3 guys and have basically 2 linebackers, which is a 5 guys in the box, and we weren't able to run the ball efficiently against that, so we have to try to throw it, and they're dropping 8 guys into coverage, and it's tough. I mean, and we just got to do a better job executing our offense and getting the ball to our open guys when they're open.
Are you disappointed about the fact you couldn't run the ball a little bit better against that type of defense?
Yeah, I mean, you're always disappointed. I mean, you want to be able to run the football. I mean, even the games that we've won, we've been able to run the football a little bit. I mean, and get some gash plays, some big plays. And I think tonight we only had 1 real big play. I think Kyle had a run for about 20 yards, but other than that, you know, it was tough sledding in there. We was only getting about 3, maybe 4 yards at a pop, and then that puts us in. We had some penalties that was some offensive penalties and offensive face masks that you don't see very often, and calls like that you know, and it kind of put us in a hole, and a lot of times, you know, Desi seemed like he had time to throw, just wasn't, you know, I guess nobody to throw to.
One kid who did have a nice game, Jeff, was Griffin Murphy. The sophomore catches 7 passes, 102 yards, caught a touchdown pass, scored a touchdown rushing as well. I was talking to you after the game, just kind of asked, you know, was he a bigger part of your game plan tonight, or did things just kind of work out that way? What happened?
You know, we like to get the ball to Griffin. He's one of our playmakers, and you know, he had 7 receptions for a little over 100 yards tonight, which is a great night in high school football. And but a lot of it had to do how Allen was defending us. They were kind of taking Ben away, you know, on the backside, and had him bracketed over there with basically looked like almost 3 people on some occasions. So we had to go another route, and Griffin stepped up and made some big plays tonight for us.
One thing that could get overlooked by some people, but Dalvin, I thought, punted the ball well tonight. He had 5 punts, average of 35. He had a long of 47. I think he had 3 punts that were over 40 yards tonight, and obviously, you know, that's an overlooked part of the football game a lot of times, those special teams. I thought he had his best night punting the football.
You know, Dalvin's done a solid job all year long, I think, punting for us. You know, we've had some go back to the Campbellsville game where they had the real good running back who also fielded their punts. We had to kind of punt the ball away from him, and then we looked at the May kid last week, so we had to kind of punt away from him. I thought Dalvin did a really good job tonight, and kind of placement of punting the ball away from the returner. I don't think they had very many returns at all, and you know, he's done a solid job.
We'll come back in just a minute and look at the drive chart from last night's ball game as we talk with Glasgow head coach Jeff Garman about his team's 26-20 loss on the road last night at Allen County, Scottsville. We're back after this on WCLU Sports.